is turning around, as you can witness. Many of those of longer years are now appearing younger and can live quite a bit longer than their predecessors. So you could say that a grace of spirit has the effect of increasing longevity and health in general.
Sort of wonder which is coming first, transition or ascension.
That remains to be seen, doesn't it?
It sure does. Thank you.
I would say you have nothing to fear or nothing to lose either way. If you experience your transition before your translation, you can spend a little bit of time in heaven with many, many other masters who are waiting for the ascension. If you are here in body, you can go direct.
Ashtar, I have a two-part question. My wife and I have been told that I am from the blue planet and she is from the red planet. One of the questions is, which planet is the blue planet? Which one is the red planet? Secondly, we were also told that in past incarnations we've been married 23 times, and I'd like to know if we are true twin flames.
There are many blue planets and many red planets. It is not important how many times you have been married. What is important is that you access within yourself your spiritual truth and manifest. You are kindred souls, soulmates. I will not tell you if you are twin flames. That is something that comes from an internal awareness. Many of those of psychic readings and this type of thing will give you very specific information, most of which is wrong. So do not be overly attached to this information. You will not learn who you are by figuring out the name of your home planet or by knowing how many times you have been together, this sort of thing. You will learn who you are by Spirit coming through you and demonstrating who you are, and you will receive your cosmic identities as an experience rather than as a concept. So, give yourself to Spirit and don't be attached to information and facts. Facts are not truth, you know. Truth cannot be spoken.
Ashtar, are we going to have more interaction with the ships?
Would you like more?
Yes.
And so shall it be. You are going to have the ability to access that which you desire more. Some of you have a longing to be more aware of your interaction with us, of the Ashtar command. Some of you might have a longing to be more connected and aware of your interaction with the angelic host, with the Melchizedek order, or other, many, many other orders of beings. So, to those of you who are directly affiliated with the Ashtar command, of which there are many in this room, I say you will have a less veiling of your experience. It is a matter of being patient and allowing that which is highest wisdom to occur. It is possible for you to have too much of an experience too soon if you were not guarded and protected. That would be detrimental to your growth. So as it was said in the outset, the veils are being removed as quickly as each of you individually can possibly withstand.
Thank you.
Ashtar, is Soltek in your group? And if so, where is he and what is his function, and do I know him?
Soltec is a commander within that which is the Ashtar command. A very beautiful being, many talented, many faceted being. Do you think you know him?
I saw a picture of him and it really touched me very deeply.
You know him. Let us say that he knows you better than you know him at this point. If you in your meditations will call upon him to connect with you, you will be able to directly receive guidance from him eventually, as you are ready, as you commit yourself and release your limitations. Ask for that which you desire, and if it is highest wisdom, it will come to you. Most of you don't ask for enough. Sometimes you ask for what you think you need minimally. Sometimes you ask for what you think you deserve. Sometimes you are afraid you will get what you deserve. All of these are fallacious. You will need to ask for more and more. Ask for what you feel in your heart you desire, the contacts that you wish to feel. Don't be afraid to be specific, and don't be afraid to ask for more than you feel you might deserve, because you don't know what you deserve. You don't know fully who you are yet. You are, in many cases, brilliant masters, spiritual masters, or else you would not have made it to this point through your many earth incarnations. Only the finest were selected, you know. Some of you might have felt that you were here for punishment. Oh, I screwed up my last mission and they sent me to Earth. Here I am on this God-forsaken planet. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know who I am. And I've got to be at work in 10 minutes. You might have the feeling that you haven't done your homework. Well, if you haven't, it is time now to do it. It begins within you, in accessing spirit, in going within, in silence. You know, your spirits are vast beings, and contacting and connecting with other beings of light, such as myself and Sananda. If you can access your higher selves in meditation, we can access you and assist. And you do not need to feel alone. You do not need to feel that you are not in the know, that you haven't done your homework, that you are abandoned on this world. You can have a very strong connection, which will be the source of your strength and your faith. It is in your power to create this. We cannot do it for you. You have to meet us halfway, or at least 10% of the way. I forgot what the question was, but once I get going...
Ashtar, I have a real silly question for you, but I'm getting a little concerned. The other day, for the first time, I looked in the mirror. I noticed I'm growing these little points on the sides of my ears. And I was wondering if you were just playing games with me, or I know the Master says that our bodies are going to go through a lot of changes and change shape. Is this true, or am I just turning back into an extraterrestrial?
I will connect with Mr. Spock. Perhaps he can answer. Let me only say that it is most likely that you will ascend long before your ears become truly Vulcan.
Thanks for the encouragement.
Perhaps you could do some affirmations to make your ears more round. Try it, it might work.
Sananda, some of the Hatan.
Ashtar. This is Ashtar. It's all right. He's here with me also.
Well, actually, I could direct it to either. I've been exposed to the Hatan materials, the Phoenix materials. And I'm just, from your perspectives, that you could share what authority that comes from. It's very radical material, and I'm concerned about its authority.
You're going to get me in hot water here with someone. Let me say that there is much material out now that challenges your discrimination. And I would say much of the information that is within these journals is correct. That is a third dimensional, governmental, and this type of information. I would like to question the source, as I do not believe this is always or generally coming from the source that it is claimed to come from. So it is information that you can take at face value, and perhaps it will press your buttons, but it is not coming from the highest source. There are many beings trying to get your attention, and there are many of those beings who are claiming to be other than they are, that they might get your attention. When you receive guidance from written materials or tapes or whatever, this goes for all teachings, ask yourself what it feels like to you. Does it feel uplifting? After listening or viewing and taking this information in, do you feel more empowered as a light worker? Or do you feel fear and limitation? Do you feel it is serving you? Do you feel it is taking you into higher consciousness and empowerment and a place of courage, a place of strength, a place of freedom? Or is it taking you down another path? So at this time, there are many channels, many attempting to channel. There is no such thing as a perfectly clear channel. And yet there are those who are definitely not clear channels. So for you, I would say, without saying any more than I have, ask yourself these questions and don't be afraid at what you conclude.
Ashtar, are there going to be any more star dates opening up?
Pardon? Say that again, please.
Will there be any more star dates opening up in this year? Besides this one?
This is the big one for this year. There will be other waves, of course, many, many waves of energy. I do not give dates. I only say to be prepared and spontaneously follow your spirits, and you will feel the energies regardless of whether you have been given a date. Most of the time, dates are rather limiting. Sometimes people wait until January 11th to try to meditate. Dates do serve a purpose, as they tend to collect you all together in a focused way. And this date is, generally speaking, an accurate one for this dispensation which is occurring.
Ashtar, can you address the physical discomfort and heaviness that some of us have been feeling very strongly lately?
When a great deal of light comes through you, that which is, we will call darkness or limitation, must be dissolved. It must be transmuted. There are many kinds of heaviness. There is heaviness that you can feel emotionally as your emotions are purified. There is heaviness that you can feel physically as your bodies are detoxified by these energies. It is directly related to the energies that are coming through. These energies have been blasting through recently for the past 2 months or so. Will continue to come through for some time yet. This is the apex of the energetic transmission as we have witnessed it. So it is a process. It is a spiritual growth process. It is not something to be overly afraid of or concerned with. Many, many of you have had physical symptoms. Many of you have wondered if you are falling apart. Some of you have wished that you weren't here at all. After this process is completed, you will be very grateful for it. So you have to simply write it out, I would say. There is a general answer to your question. You may ask this being beside me for specific information, as she is qualified in this area also at her presentation. This is my turn. We love to speak with you, and there is quite a line. Take a number. We take a number out of a hat. Sananda calls off the numbers. He seems to always include himself on the roster.
Ashtar, will this dispensation be awakening more people?
You know it. The numbers of people that have been activated recently, out of the blue, so to speak, have been amazing to witness. In each of you, I ask, if you have been upon the spiritual path, if you have an awareness, if you have something to share to assist, you may find yourselves attracting others who are suddenly experiencing spiritual activations and do not have a frame of reference within which to understand them. They are, generally speaking, light workers who have been dozing. They set their sleep alarm, and then they press the snooze button. You know, every time you press the snooze button, you get a few extra minutes, and you have to go through the wake-up process over again. So you know it is, if it is torturous for you to awaken, and you press the snooze button 3 times, you have to go through the process 3 or 4 times before you get up, rather than once. So there are many who have pressed the snooze button upon earlier activations and now are waking up. There are those who are waking up for the first time. I suggest that you open your hearts to these ones and share with them information that feels to you that will assist them in understanding. Share with them of how to meditate, how to connect with Spirit, how to be unafraid of the transformations. There are many who are awakening now that will be very powerful beings and masters in a very short time. So I recommend that you do not criticize or judge those who are coming a little late to the party. For I assure you this party has been going on for far longer than you have been awake. But rather humbly allow Holy Spirit to flow through you and serve them. So yes, many, many are being activated. Many, many are going to be. It is necessary for them to have a safety net to fall into. You are the safety net. We are your safety net. Perhaps you will be their safety net for a short time, and then they will be able to access us directly. Ultimately, this is what we wish for each of you and for all of humanity, to be able to access spirit and guidance individually without dependence upon external channels or sources. This is our goal. We are achieving it little by little, and sometimes in great leaps.
Ashtar, can you tell me the significance of Commander Corton's pyramid in North Carolina? Is that valid?
Yes, it is an energy vortex. It is an anchor point on the Earth planetary grid system. So the pyramid is valid.
What's its purpose?
It is a point of intersection between higher dimensional energies and third dimensional planetary Earth, a place where this energy can interpenetrate and merge and flow through to the Earth, and from that point expand through the grid system to affect the spiritualization of the planet. The planet is going from a state of physicality to a state of spirituality. And the grid systems are the points upon which this higher dimensional energy interpenetrates and intersects, like what you might call a interdimensional doorway. This home that you are in, this area, is an interdimensional doorway also. There are many, many. And where you are interdimensional doorways as well. Does this help you in your question?
Any more comments about what Commander Corton, really in the flesh, ET?
He's a wild card. You are all in the flesh ETs. Well, this one has many ideas. Some of his ideas are valid, some are not, just as yours. So, use your discrimination with regards to all beings that you meet. If a being tends to try to place themselves in a position of authority as a authority figure, chances are they are not an authority figure. Chances are they have emotional needs. I am not saying this with regards to this being explicitly, in case he ever listens to this tape. I am saying this as a general guideline for those. Those who are masters generally do not need to call themselves masters or draw attention to themselves. And yet, a being can do a great deal of service. All of you have unique personalities which we enjoy, which give us great humor, and great cause for love and dedication also. So there is great love for this being. Though, as I said, he is a wild card.
Ashtar, could you comment on the drum as a tool for connecting people to spirit and as a tool for healing the earth?
Drama, did you say?
Drum.
Oh, the drum. That's a dramatic question. The drumming is an activation of a certain sound frequencies. These frequencies can tend to assist you in anchoring spirit, grounding. The Native American system utilized this a great deal. If it works for you, then do it. If it assists you in focusing your consciousness and finding that stillness and that spirit within, then do it. I would say it is an individual choice, not for everyone, but it is good to have access to ways to ground yourself so that when great deals of spiritual energy come through, such as this day, you can let it flow through you into the earth. It will be more easily integrated that way. So it is working with sound. There are many ways to work with sound for healing and for opening of chakras. The drums generally tend to open the lower chakras. That is what a lot of you need at this time.
Ashtar, I have kind of an odd question. It's about 3 months also ago. Every time I go to the grocery store, I'd see this homeless man that was really tall, never asked for anything, money, would look around in the garbage can, and I'd just notice him. And sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night, and I'd be thinking about that. And it just continued on. And I knew it wasn't money. It wasn't to give him money. And everything that, when I picture it and look at it, it was Sananda. Can you tell me why that came up and then he's disappeared? I haven't seen him for maybe 3 weeks. And it's real frustrating. I don't know what that is.
First of all, don't be frustrated. It serves no purpose.
Well, I knew there was something I should be doing, and every time I'd look at him...
You have done it.
Like what?
If you hadn't done it, he would still be coming around.
Oh,
It was an activation for you.
was it Sananda? Or what I perceived Sananda to be?
Perhaps an aspect, yes.
Aspect? Okay.
Something to awaken something in you
Okay.
that will strengthen your connection with Sananda. I will not tell you if it was Sananda in disguise. That is for you to determine. I wouldn't put it past him, however.
Well, I'd watch him because I thought he'd give me a clue. And also, I just got back from swimming with the dolphins, and it was almost like an urgency that I had to do. And I feel different since I have swam with them. Is that also an activation?
Yes. It has assisted you to spend time with these underwater masters.
Yeah, a couple of them kept looking at me.
They love you very much.
Yes.
And you love them, and it was a healing for your heart, an opening for your heart.
Do I follow these when they come that strongly, wherever it takes me?
Whether you should follow your spirit without hesitation, yes.
I don't know if that's spirit or just a whim or...
Your whims generally come from spirit. If you feel strongly something to do, like something coming from a hunch or intuition or guidance, there are 2 ways to find out what will happen. You have to try and do it, or not try to do it. If you don't try to do it, you won't know what the ultimate result would have been. So let it be as an experiment to you. Perhaps you will follow a whim or 2 that are only coming from your personal desires or preferences. Yes, that's part of the third-dimensional drama there, you see.
Yeah. I have quite a few of those.
So ask for a reassurance, ask for a... We are getting very expanded here, and the vocabulary begins to fade.
Yes, thank you.
Ask for confirmation. That's the word. You wouldn't think that one would get lost. The inside of a human being's mind is a sea of words. Some beings are very organized and some are not.
Thank you.
Just get confirmation from within. If you can get a continual confirmation on something, if it is important, an important decision, then go for that. If it is a minor decision, then experiment and don't be afraid. You see, you followed your intuition to swim with the dolphins and you received a healing.
Yes, I did. Or I feel an elevation or something. It's in a different place.
Yes. It is a very beautiful place. So we have a few more moments, perhaps. Any more questions? I think it is perhaps time for us to focus a little bit before I say goodbye. Just relax yourselves. Do you think you can get any more relaxed?
Mm-hmm.
You can always get more relaxed than you are. Do you know that? You might think you're perfectly relaxed, and then you sit to meditate and you find you're holding tension in your body somewhere, in your consciousness. And then you can release that and go to a deeper level of relaxation. You know what the ultimate level of relaxation is? Surrender. Surrender is a point that you don't care anymore, and all is given to you. Surrender is that which has been demonstrated by Lord Sananda in his earth incarnation and in his moment-to-moment ministry to each being in his universal creation, no matter how small. So to the extent that you are devoted to Spirit, Spirit is far more devoted to you. So take a few breaths with me, relax and breathe. Take a few deep breaths from your bellies. Allow the energies of this day, of this dispensation to flow through you. I would like to ask that you, by relaxing and opening your lower chakras, allow the energy to flow through you, through your legs into the earth. You can imagine a ray of light coming from above at the top of your body and around you and through you, all the way through your body into the earth. And now feel the love of the Mother Earth as she envelops you in her energy, in her gratitude and love. These energies are of the new dispensation, of course mingled with many other focuses, Lord Sananda and myself. It is for each of you to integrate in your hearts and in your bodies and in your spirits all that is being offered, and give yourself to that in your lives. Things are going to get very, very exciting, and I trust very enjoyable for those of you who do your homework. Always remember that Spirit, your own higher self, in symphony with the Ascended Masters and interdimensional Masters, are your teachers and guides. And your assignments, your homework assignments, are unique to each of you and are to be taken from within. They are written on the blackboard of your consciousness. So, you may remain in this meditative state if you wish. It is time for me to say goodbye for now. Just allow yourselves to integrate and feel the presence of these energies. It has been an honor to be with you, my dear ones. It has been an honor to serve with you over these long centuries. And it is a time of great joy for us. And it shall be a time of great joy for you. And many miracles along the way. So love yourselves. Accept yourselves. Do not judge or criticize. Allow yourselves to be. And from that state of being, from that state of freedom, freedom from external attachment and control, create a life and experience inspired by your mighty spiritual self, and attain to your mastery, and follow Spirit as it guides you in assisting others to do the same. It's all very simple, and it gets simpler and simpler as it goes along. So, I love you all. Good day.